On a stage like this, if you get caught by one of those up airs from Bugs Bunny, which is that bat or the mallet, right?
Hello, I'm the Purple Sharpie, and you're watching the Multiversus Pro Player Showcase. Multiversus is an all-new, free-to-play platform fighter featuring team-based 2v2 matchups and an ever-expanding iconic roster of characters using teamwork and strategy unlike any other. Developed by Player First Games, Multiversus will be released worldwide later this year on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC with full cross-play support. Today, well-known platform fighters and fighting game players will be competing in a best-of-5 2v2 match. With dedicated server-based rollback netcode, these matches will be a fantastic display of all looking to get a glimpse of insane Multiversus action. To call all the action with me, let me bring in my fellow caster and good friend, Ajax.
I am so excited to talk about Multiversus. We get to finally bring some action from this pro player showcase. It is going to be a 2v2 style format, which is going to be utilizing the perk system. The perk system allows you to change the style of the characters that you have, whether it be the offense, the utility, or the defense, and every character has their own unique perks as well. We're going to see a lot of that when the match begins. And there is also a shared lives attached to this. So when you are playing in 2v2s, you have to be very careful about when you are working with your teammate, because there are 4 lives in total and they are shared amongst the 2 of you. And if you're not paying attention, you might end up having one person lose all 4. It is going to be crucial that your team communication is on point and that you are working together the whole time. I can't wait for us to go ahead and see this action.
Now, I believe the final thing is that all of these different archetypes inside of these characters are incredibly important. We have assassins, we have bruisers, we have supports, and we have mages. Do you have any specific characters that you're really looking forward to seeing today, Ajax?
I'm very much looking forward for one to maybe just potentially Batman, but also a whole lot of support strength from these characters like Steven Universe, and something that seems like a support but is really solid at being a damage dealer as well, the mage archetype class, Bugs Bunny, and of course the tank Wonder Woman. We have so much potential we're going to get to show off here today for everyone to see amongst all these different archetypes.
Well, let's not keep the people waiting. I believe we have a match showcased here. Light and ESAM will be on one team, MVD and Lord Knight will be on the other. Let's see some amazing versus play.
Let's take a close look at these perks. Here's the perk system, everyone. You're looking at ESAM hovering over Tune Elasticity, which reduces ground knockback based off of when you get sent into a wall or on the ground. So if anybody ever sends Batman into one of his shields, it's going to reduce that by 20%. And then amongst the other ones, you saw that he has CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla is reducing the overall time that it takes to get those moves back, the special moves, which we see on 2 of them, both Batman and Steven Universe. So that's going to reduce it by 12% instead, because the perks do stack on top of each other. And then the last one, the aerial drift control coming in from Steven Universe, is going to allow him more aerial mobility while he's in the air. And then Batman has 2 debuffs, the fire debuff and the lightning debuff, which increase hit stun off of projectile and gives you damage over time from the fire debuff. Cannot wait to see how this goes between these 2 teams.
Now, I want to point out a very important perk that the red team, MVD, and it appears as though Lord Knights both had there, which was the triple jump perk, allocating each player an additional jump because it was stacked upon. Very important, especially on a stage like this.
Exactly. It allows you easier times to not only get back to the stage, but also to chase your opponent. As you see, right now, Light is doing that over on the side. He's going to be using that Batarang as often as possible, not only to get the debuffs, but to be able to get the additional damage. And we just saw an amazing option from the Steven. What just happened, Sharpie?
That was an amazing tether exploding, actually proccing the Rose debuff on both. And they also had the immediate up charge just from that recoil. Absolutely crazy. A large amount of damage coming down. And no kills yet from the blue side, but the red team was able to secure a kill there.
Yeah, these KOs are so consistent on the side of the red team as well because of things like that Rocket, because of things like Arya, where she can find you and get those ring outs very quick. Almost getting sent out to the top right there as we see Batman coming in, trying to find that uppercut to find a KO, find that up special to close things out. There comes the double down neutral attack to get at. You can charge that move as well to find a KO and get them back into the game.
Oh, wow. That Steven tether resulted in a ring out right there. Very quick and easy. Bugs coming back in at 0%, but wow, what a KO, honestly. Arya 1 hit away from a bubble right now. D-Proc does go through, and that cleanse was just so nice and easy. Now, Batman's really trying just to stay out of the air here. Absolutely just trying to work with that watermelon Steven, which unfortunately isn't doing very much right now. Knocked off the stage.
Gets sent away immediately. And now there's that debuff you're talking about. 2 debuffs on both of them. And 5 stacks of that debuff leads to a bubble.
Wow.
Whenever Steven Universe gets that on, that's free damage coming in. But 119 damage on the side of Batman, especially here on a stage like this. If you get caught by one of those up airs from Bugs Bunny, which is that bat or the mallet right on the side of the stage, it's gonna go ahead and find the ring out.
Now, that was an amazing use of Steven Universe's proc right there. One of Steven's passive is that when he dodges, it actually creates a shield on him and his ally that acts as an armor, but that armor is shared. And what we saw right there was Batman actually Bugs going up to hit him and completely ignoring that hit just because of that armor. Beautiful.
And speaking of armor, Arya has the ability to always set a move to an armor break. You'll see the purple sparks on a move. That indicates that that move can, in fact, do an armor break or armor debuff. Those armor debuffs increase knockback taken, and it allows you to get through stacks of armor that somebody may have placed on, like a Wonder Woman. That's safe as well. If you break that safe from Bugs Bunny, it will drop an item onto the stage that can be used by both players, as you see Bugs going straight under the stage to get out of that situation as quickly as possible.
Now, this is really a testament, I feel, to Bugs' general horizontal strength, because my gosh, is he not doing amazing things with these up specials.
Yeah, we see an up neutral attack right there coming in from Steven Universe as well. Great knockback on that move. Now coming in with the side air to close out the life right there on Arya. 3 lives apiece taken, and the final one taken there on the red team. Gonna get the ring out and go ahead and take that first game on the side of MVD and Lord Knight.
What an amazing showing from MVD and Lord Knight there. But debuff and put a slow debuff on her enemies, absolutely amazing, in addition to also giving her a rage debuff as well. So I'm very excited to see that.
And something very similar to that too, you have Batman who has the smoke bomb. If Batman gets anybody within the smoke bomb on the other team, they get slowed, and any moves that happen while Batman is invisible will lead to an armor debuff as well. When you get 5 stacks of that, it increases knockback on the opponent. We're seeing a double up here on Lord Knight, but as MVD came back in, Light was instantly there to go ahead and answer that, to try and back him off.
Now, I really have to say I'm absolutely loving ESAM's setup here, using Watermelon Steven to kind of get that tether whenever you need be. Absolutely love that. Woo! Really good tether as well.
That was so amazingly played right there on the blue team. You saw how Light had him in a couple of the jab strings to set him into a combo, and then after he got knocked up, you saw ESAM instantly go for the tether to try and find the up special, using that shield to find a KO off the top. Still no KOs happening here. All the ring outs, almost 2 of them right there.
Wow, amazing ring out there by ESAM. Just a very stellar up move to go ahead and get that KO.
And now what are you doing here on the side of red team? You want to go ahead and answer right back. You see 117 damage on the side of Steven, and that's exactly what you do. You see the burrow coming in from Bugs Bunny on his way all the way underneath, and also found himself exiting the building immediately. Answered right back from the blue team.
That looked like an amazing battering that we were kind of talking about before there, Ajax.
Exactly. You want to use those batterings to set up team combos. As the battering comes back in, not only does it give a debuff from the additional damage you take from that fire, but also the ability to combo is so consistent. But these burrows coming in from Bugs Bunny, finding his way under the stage, consistently getting in, using that as a great option to go ahead and get up close and personal.
Oh, wow. We're at a point right now where blue team is literally 1 ring out away from victory. Lord Knight at 55%, NVD at now 100%. Oh my god, all it's going to take is literally 1 tether to go ahead and secure this right now for blue team.
Great job on the red team finding that up air from Arya that has multi-hits, and it's very easy to find it. Now, what you just saw to Arya a second ago, that spin is when the knife is on a debuff. As you can see underneath Steven Universe, there is a cooldown for your specials in this game. Not every single move is a cooldown-based move, but you have to keep an eye on that. And if you pay close attention to when Batman says, I cannot use that yet, that is when the Batarang is currently broken or the Bat Bomb is not available. You have to listen to those sound cues as well, and you have to listen to that victory go off as we see Batman go ahead and find that Batarang and getting that spike at the bottom of the stage, and now we're at 1 apiece.
Amazing play there from both
players
ESAM and
all
Light.
the three of the same, which allows double stacking. So it gives Bugs Bunny the ability to get all of the tools back quicker, have greater aerial movement, and the triple jump. So it allows Lord Knight to, instead of trying being the person who gets the KOs, allowing them to set up for MVD to find them as well.
For sure. Oh, and oh no, it looks like Steven's in a rough spot right now because of that shield. Luckily, it's gone now, so they have a bit more space to work with. And Light's just trying his best to get back on stage and kind of put out some damage himself.
Oh, and not paying attention to the Looney Tune himself, to Acme Rocket finding his way back down. That move will come back around the time that it's getting ready to finish its cooldown, but you may forget about it for a while because it takes a long time to find its way back down. That was so well played, and now the red team gets another up air off of Bugs Bunny and gets 2 lives in the lead.
Lord Knight going ahead and putting out some real damage on Watermelon Steven, trying to get him out of the fight. And MVD just doing amazing things with projectiles, trying to keep Steven out of the fight and focus on Batman here.
And doing exactly that, and not only that, but taking him out. And you see 38 damage, almost getting knocked out off the top, but they finally get a point on the side of the blue team. There comes that side there. That shield is going to take out the Arya. The blue team can very much so get back into this game if they can get some coordinated 2v1s as they're doing right now.
Now there's a lot of attack decay coming down from Steven, meaning that Steven Universe is actually using a similar attack over and over again, resulting in that attack not only doing less damage, but also resulting in less knockback from that damage. It's very important, especially inside of Multiversus, to divvy up the games that you use. But it ultimately won't matter in this instance because another win goes over to MVD and Lord Knight inside of this game. Ajax.
That was very good recognition from MVD at that point.
That one was hectic, and a lot of the other times the hecticness would help us, but MVD was on point that game.
Yeah, I agree.
Lord Knight was a little bit passive, in a good way. Like, he wasn't in bad spot.
I think that's their whole thing, because like he gets big damage combos, but I think when it comes to killing, it's going to mainly be from MVD. So okay, it's just going to have to live.
Yeah. I'm still confident with the character choices, though.
So Trophy's Edge Shoe, we haven't gotten it at all. It has like 2 main fields of play on the left and right with like a hole in the middle. So it's really good for zoning and camping. So if you ever need to just like go to one side and chill, like that's fine. Like you have cooldowns that you need to get back or whatever, you can just run away. And there's also platforms that move off screen or off the platforms rather.
As we continue to look at this match here, you can listen in and hear the way that the red team was talking about the early play. Not only did MVD find himself a triple down there in the last match, it was answered right back as well on the start of Lord Knight, who ended up losing that life very quickly off the start. Blue team doing an amazing job kind of holding that lead, holding position on the right side here of Trophy's Edge 2 to make sure that the red team has to be the one to actually run in. And we see ESAM go in with that tether to get some damage, catching him off guard.
Amazing tether. Oh, even got the bubble there off of Bugs. That's absolutely huge. MVD sitting at 114% right now, very much so within knockout range. And Steven's just throwing out these tethers, trying to get somebody right now. Wonderful play there, and a wonderful follow-up by Batman as well. We're just looking for one more ring out right now, and Bugs is the hopeful contender.
Yeah, Bugs very, very close, but you saw the shield coming in from the passive ability from Steven, allowing him to avoid potentially one hit, and up air just missed out. It's not going to miss out that time, but answered right back as soon as that happened. ESAM was in position to immediately take a rocket to the face after getting the KO, staring that one down, not dodging quick enough.
That was really funny, I'm sorry. Wonderful play there by MVD. They are completely tied up right now. The very next ring out will go ahead and take this specific game. And oh my goodness, as I'm watching LK come up with some of these crazy aerial moves right now, I'm just hoping and praying for this Steven Universe's life.
Oh, and that rocket almost taking off the top at 30 damage. You have to be so careful around the strength that is Bugs Bunny. And now they have them separated, so you throw the battering to keep Bugs over there as you continue to attack this Arya. Lord Knight having a very hard time. You saw the shield go high, and now they're going to heal for a second if you leave them alone for too long.
Oh, wow. Okay. Steven Universe going into the fire, going into the flame, has to be very, very careful here. Trying to put a tether on, but it doesn't look like Batman's able to go in fast enough. Dodges the Aria Pie, but isn't able to do much else for that. And that is going to be an unfortunate ring out for Steven Universe, putting MVD and Lord Knight up 3-1 inside of this specific match. Crazy.
And that was incredible recognition from Lord Knight because the blade was on the moving platform. If you move into that blade at any time, it will become attached to you. And as soon as it became attached, you saw Arya instantly teleport over to the Steven, close it out with the up special off the top, and taking it 3-1 to seal the deal here in the Pro Player Showcase.
Ajax, that play, absolutely astounding, incredibly hype, and honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, I may have missed a few really awesome moments, but I think we have an instant replay. Can you go over just some of the cruxes of that amazing set?
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take a look back at what happened here between these two teams. A big primary thing that happened was that huge rocket finding those ring outs left and right. You see it off the top, you see it off the left, and then you see this knockout here on the right-hand side as well from MVD, catching light, going above the stage, and it happened twice using the safe as a projectile, because if you hit the safe after it's grounded with one of those side airs or a move in general, it can knock it away. But that move right there, catching Steven as the tether comes through and then using the tether to find a ring out himself between the two teams is such a good tool. Now here in this game, you see as ESAM tried to jump over the top of the rocket to get away from it, to get away from the pressure. It not only caught Light at the bottom for throwing a batarang, but it caught ESAM for jumping too. And speaking of catching ESAM jumping, right after he tried to jump away from that one, the rocket went directly underneath the stage and then catches another one off the top. MVD, the MVP, it's mostly been the rocket so far as well. Here on this final game, you see a lot of pressure coming in from Red Team. They had such good team synergy, including this moment right here.
What happened there?
As you see, as Bugs jumps up towards Steven, you could use the knife to teleport to that target as well. So even if that bat missed, Lord Knight was already ready to go and catching that hit right there from the knife as well. Perfectly executed team synergy, and that was in fact the final ring out of the set, and an incredible one at that. And that concludes our presentation of the Multiversus Pro Player Showcase. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, Multiversus will be released later this year, free to play on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC platforms, included with cross-play support and cross-progression. Also, make sure you check out multiversus.com to sign up and participate with a chance to play in future playtests, and also keep up to date with all the official Multiversus social channels to sign up and get access to the latest news and announcements. Take care and see you next time.